with our strong history in arbitration, our expertise here, I think Scotland's ideally placed as a potential arbitral centre.
We're today in Edinburgh to meet our dear colleague Laura West at the beautiful offices of CMS. We're here at the occasion of the ICCA conference, and we're excited to speak with her about the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators and the Scottish Arbitration Centre.
Thank you.
It's so good to meet you.
You too.
Can I have some?
Yeah, go for it.
I have to see the castle. Can you show me?
Yeah, sure, through here.
This is amazing. I love it.
It's a good view.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks again for having us here. It's beautiful.
No problem.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You practice here at CMS at the arbitration practice. What have been your recent highlights at work?
So I have done a mixture of both domestic and international arbitrations. So international, some in the Middle East, some arbitrations in Europe, and then domestically as well. My main focus is on construction and energy disputes, so a lot in the renewable sphere.
Construction?
Yeah.
It's a very male-dominated sphere generally.
Yeah, it can be, but I think that is changing, and there's a real move within the construction industry, in particular in the UK, to bring in more female expertise, I guess.
I just issued my first award in a construction matter, and it was very technical, and I don't have any technical background, but my feeling is that if it's presented well by the parties, it is actually possible, even without the technical background, to understand what the cases are about. Do you share that impression?
Yeah, I think we're really dependent on technical expert advice where there are technical matters for sure, but I think that if you have good experts on either side, it's possible for us to get in there and to make a decision.
What do you think is special about construction arbitration? What makes it different from other commercial arbitrations?
I think it's probably the volume of information, the size of the contracts, the type of legal issues that come up. I think it is very complex compared to maybe other commercial matters, but I think that people that are used to getting into the nitty-gritty of big arbitrations will feel comfortable with it.
So where does the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators feature in all of this? You have a role there. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that organisation is all about?
Sure. So the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators is a UK not-for-profit registered charity that looks to promote alternative dispute resolution and offers training in arbitration, mediation and adjudication. It's a worldwide organisation, so it has around 17,000 members globally across 149 countries, with 42.
Really huge.
Yeah, it's huge, with lots of different branches as well. So I started in the Scottish branch of the Chartered Institute and run their young members group here, and I've recently just finished being the global chair of the young members group for the organisation.
That's exciting.
Thanks.
So the young members group, how long do you qualify as young?
Until you're 40.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, still in there. Still a little bit off, yeah.
And what has that organisation meant for you? What did you learn being part of it?
So I've done a lot of their training courses, which are great. You learn from more senior practitioners, but also I think it's the network that it gives you access to. So 17,000 members globally is a lot of people, and it's given me a lot of great contacts throughout the world, so from the Caribbean to Asia and everywhere in between, which is great.
That's lovely. And now the whole world of arbitration is migrating to Edinburgh for the ICCA conference, which is organised and hosted also by the Scottish Arbitration Centre. And I understand you have a position there as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Scottish Arbitration Centre?
So the Scottish Arbitration Centre is set up to promote arbitration globally, I guess, and within Scotland. So I'm an ambassador for the centre, looking to promote the work that they are doing. So the Scottish Arbitration Centre was instrumental in bringing ICCA to Edinburgh, and I know that they're going to be launching their institutional rules this week, which is very exciting.
This is exciting. What is particular about Scotland as an arbitration jurisdiction?
So we've got a long history of arbitration here, back to the 16th or 17th century, and we've kind of codified that through the 2010 Act, which applies to both domestic and international arbitration. So with our strong history in arbitration, our expertise here, I think Scotland's ideally placed as a potential arbitral centre. And we're also a mixed jurisdiction, so you often have debates about civil, common law, different approaches between arbitrators and practitioners in that, but Scotland draws on both common law, so from its closest neighbour England, but we also have our roots in Roman law, so I think that we're pretty well placed to understand the legal background to international disputes as well.
That sounds exciting. I spoke with Brandon and Andrew a lot, the organisation of the ICCA event, and they also shared with me that the Scottish Arbitration Centre tries to promote diversity a lot. Do you know, or do you feel that these efforts are being made?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a really big effort within the legal community here and more broadly to take part in the diversity movements that are happening throughout arbitration. I think there's a lot more recognition in that, even since I qualified not too long ago till now. I think you see difference, but it is something that is taking time.
Laura, if someone wants to maybe consider making Scotland their home jurisdiction and come practice arbitration here, what advice would you give those people?
I think to do domestic work that's easy from anywhere. I think international work is still mainly done by the larger international law firms. So I think if that's what you're interested in, then somewhere like CMS was great for that.
That sounds really exciting, Laura. Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to go through the conference now with you. Should we go?
Yeah, let's go.